Hey beauts, welcome back to Pretty Scary, and hello if you're new here. Today I'm showing you how to turn yourself into that evil demon Keyface from the Insidious film. Keep on watching! Right, so first up we are making the keys. I just used my own key as a template and I drew around it on some black card. I added some detail with some hot glue and then painted them silver. I'm not quite sure why I showed you gold paint at the beginning of the video there, but there you go. I changed the edges of the keys so they didn't all look the same. I just used my key as a kind of a basic template. I wanted them to look different. So there's a different one for each finger. You can see the hot glue there, and then I just painted over that and it gave the effect of having sort of knobbly bits on the keys. Yeah, you know, you see what I'm saying. And then it's onto the teeth. I'm using polymorph plastic here to make the teeth. So you pour the little granules into boiling water. Be careful you don't burn yourself. When it goes clear, it's ready to mould. So you just scoop it out and then roll it into a sausage shape, flatten it down and cut it up to create tooth shapes. Now, because Keyface is a bit of a gnarly, nasty looking demon, I just created lots of different sort of shapes and sizes of teeth. Some a little bit pointed, others more like human normal teeth. And I also use a mixture of these teeth and some that I bought off Amazon just because I happen to have those to hand, just some false teeth. And I didn't have enough to do the whole of the mouth, so I had to supplement them with these polymorph ones. But you can use whatever you like, or you could use nail tips if you want, or even cut them out of some stiff card if that's what you got. Just use whatever you got to hand, and yeah, all is well. Now, for some reason this bit went on a little bit. I'm not quite sure why I kept such a long bit with the teeth in, but I've already put the music over, so it'd be really hard to edit this out. And we're on to the tutorial, the main tutorial. So first of all, I marked out the general features with some lip liner, so just that sort of open mouth that he has, and that kind of furrowed evil brow, and the cheekbones. I then put some Prosade onto the actual mouth area and onto the brow also, and then allowed it to go clear and tacky. Stuck the teeth down first of all, and then also stuck down some cotton wool to the brow area, and then you will see in a moment I will do my usual technique of sculpting with latex and cotton wool, which is a really quick and easy way of creating straight on the face prosthetics without doing any fiddly professional sculpting, moulding, that kind of thing. So yeah, so here you see me just doing that. You've seen me do it a million times before, but if you are new here, all I'm doing is just sticking the cotton wool on in the general shapes and then saturating it in latex and using a flat-ended spatula just to sculpt it into the shapes I want, and smoothing off the edges to blend it into my face. It takes a little bit of practice to get this technique down, but it's not difficult, and like I say, it is the easiest, quickest way of creating 3D elements on your face. I also twizzled a little bit of cotton wool and stuck it down the center to create that center nose bone thing that goes down the center of the skull nose. I also used the same technique to create gums around the teeth, and also some wrinkles and other details around the entire face basically. And yeah, and then I just left it to dry, and I'm going to shut up for a minute and let you enjoy the epic rock music. Once you've sculpted that face and let it dry, you want to paint over the whole of the face with some white body paint, water-based body paint, and over any exposed skin, and just stipple it on basically, because you don't want an even base because it's a demon and you don't want him to look nice and pure and tidy, and yeah, you know. Use a brush to paint over the latex and cotton wool. It's a lot easier than a sponge. Then I took some alcohol-based paints to start painting around the gum line and in that kind of skull-like nose. You can use face paint or lipsticks or whatever you happen to have to hand. So I just painted in a pink colour, and then I started working in some grey tones. Again, if you don't have alcohol colours, you can use grey eyeshadow, you can use grey face paint, anything you want. I then painted my own lips in a really deep purple. You can also do this with black. It's just to basically push them into the background so they're not so visible, to create that illusion of just those teeth. I use the same colour in the nose and also around the eyes to make them recede and make them look more like sort of hollows and holes like in a skull. And just blended that out around the eyes too, just like you see me doing here, and then blended underneath the cheekbones to create that kind of hollowed out skull like cheekbone, and blended that with a fluffy brush. And the same on the other side. And then I just painted that same colour. This is a cream colour, incidentally, which blends out a lot easier than water-based colours. I just blended that same colour into any of the frown lines and wrinkles and creases that I made, and above the brow, just to make him look even more angry, and then created some wrinkles along the head as well. So you want to make him look kind of old, wrinkled, gnarly. I haven't used that word for a while. Gnarly, skull-like. Those are the things that you're going for here. And a little bit kind of mouldy and decayed and just nasty. Keyface is just plain nasty. He ain't pretty, that's for certain. Just painting around the mouth just to really kind of emphasize that and deepen that up a little bit. You can see now how the illusion is starting to come together. And then I just took some blue alcohol-based paint. I was going to say liquid lipstick then. No, it's not. Alcohol-based paint, and just paint a little bit more into that gum line because I felt it wasn't quite looking decayed and nasty enough. And also painted some red along the teeth to make them look kind of a bit sort of blooded and just nasty. Again, you can use whatever you happen to have. You don't have to use alcohol paints. I just use them because I love them, but they are very expensive. And you'll get the same kind of effect with blue face paint, blue eyeshadow, watered down with some water. Watered down with some water? Oh, Charlotte, you're being such a genius tonight. Oh, I'm tired. Anyway, I then put some yellow over those teeth. Again, using alcohol paint. You can use whatever you have. How many times am I going to say that? I'm going to stop saying that now. And then I just stippled over all the cream paint with some latex just to seal it in so it didn't move and shift and smudge. And also as well, this served the added benefit of being able to create some kind of corpse-like decaying skin by rubbing on the latex once it's dry to kind of lift it and create that kind of decayed, coming away skin effect. I then used some white paint, alcohol paint. Again, you use what you've got. I said I wasn't going to say that again. I've just said it again. And I just painted over that darkness because I felt that the dark areas were a little bit too dark and I just wanted to recede them back a little bit. And then using a thin brush and some black, I just painted some black into that nose to further create that illusion that it's an empty space and not my own nose. And just use it to deepen all the crevices around the mouth also, blending it in with a fluffy brush. And then using some more white, I just went back over the kind of the skull shapes on the nose just to re-emphasize those, and then just stippled some more over the face just to, you know, bring some areas forward and knock other areas back more. I used my favourite Deep Night by Laura Mercier just to deepen up those eye sockets, and then use some white on the lids because he hasn't actually got empty skull eyes, but they're just very receded, so he's kind of got elements of a skull but he's not a skull. You know what I mean if you've seen a picture of him, and you can see what I'm getting at. And then using that purple that deep purple that I used earlier, I'm just painting in those rubbed away areas to make them look like decayed areas of flesh. Just patting that in with my fingertip. And then just painting any areas again that need some more white. So we are getting there, just a little bit of refining. You know, I always like to faff around at the end of tutorials. I'd love to be one of these makeup artists that can just do a tutorial and it's all really simple and done and step by step by step by step, but I always faff around. Anyway, there you saw me putting some serum and some leave-in conditioner in my hair to make it look all nasty because I didn't have a long dark wig. A long dark wig would be better. And then just finally sticking those keys onto my fingers with some latex and cotton wool, painting my hands white and darkening the ends of those fingertips, and using that rubbed latex effect as well just to blend my hands with the rest of me. And that is basically it. Done. Dusted.
Right, beauties, this is the finished look. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel because I have lots more of these kind of videos coming up. Don't forget to give this video a massive thumbs up if you liked it. And also, please comment down below and let me know if you've seen Insidious, whichever one this is called. Comment down below and let me know if you've seen it and what you thought of it, because I've not seen it yet. So let me know if it's worth a go. Anyway, thank you for watching and I'll see you next time.